In this video, I want to answer the question, what is a sprint retrospective? In the Scrum framework, a sprint retrospective is the last step in a sprint. Its purpose is to identify and plan ways to improve the effectiveness of the team and how it works together. A sprint retrospective gives the team an opportunity to reflect on the way that they've worked, to share insights and ideas, and to identify areas of improvement that they can carry forward to the next sprint. So, who should attend a sprint retrospective? Well, first, the Scrum Master. Second, the product owner. And thirdly, the development team members. The development team is everyone who has a role in designing, developing, and testing the product. The sprint retrospective may also include a small number of other relevant stakeholders. However, stakeholders, users, and managers who aren't a direct part of the development team don't usually attend a sprint retrospective unless they are specifically invited. Instead, they will attend a sprint review meeting. This is where the Scrum team will demonstrate what they have achieved during the sprint. This will often include product demonstration. So, a sprint retrospective is an opportunity for the team to focus on its own processes, and a sprint review is an opportunity for the team to demonstrate the products that it's created. A sprint retrospective is usually facilitated by the Scrum Master, although the team can nominate another individual to facilitate its retrospective. Typically, a sprint retrospective review lasts for about 45 minutes for a 1-week sprint, but then is longer for a 2 or a 3 or a 4-week sprint. Probably it's a maximum of about 3 hours, which would be for a whole month sprint. The facilitator, usually the Scrum Master, will encourage the team to consider how the last sprint went. In particular, they'll be looking at how its processes and practices worked rather than the outcomes it achieved. The team will look at things like individuals and the interactions between them, the team's processes, procedures and ways of working, its tools and methodologies, the definition of done that it adopted, and any assumptions that seem to have led the team astray. What's on the agenda and the questions the team will ask and answer will often vary according to the domain and also to the culture of the team and the style of the Scrum Master. However, there are a number of questions that are typical and will give you a flavour of the sort of questions that a sprint retrospective will ask, address, and answer. What went well during this sprint? What went wrong? What could be improved? What problems did we encounter? And how were, or weren't, those problems resolved? What did we learn? What will the team commit to doing in the next sprint? The team will look for ways to improve its workflow in the next sprint. This is fundamentally the meaning of adaptive project management. The team adapts to its situation and learns from its experiences. They'll select the most helpful changes that they can make and prioritise those changes that will deliver the greatest impact. The suggestions from a sprint retrospective may even be added to the sprint backlog and drawn down in subsequent sprints. In many ways, a sprint retrospective is a new take on an old practice, the lessons learned review. The important thing to note is that it's short, sharp and focused. It happens with strict regularity at the end of every sprint, and its focus is entirely on the processes and the ways that the team works together, rather than the outputs or the outcomes it creates. Please do give a thumbs up if you like this video. There'll be loads more great project management content for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.